everything, like, everybody has space, and people go there, they work out, you know, they play smash ball or whatever, spike ball. You ever seen those people in fields with, like, the little trampoline and the little ball that they slap on it?
I actually did see that when I came down there to visit, to check it out. Yeah, I saw people doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, it's one of the locations I like, not just because it has the pitch, but it's very sporty. It has the basketball nets, it has a playground, you know, it has the turf pitch. So
it's a good location.
Yeah, you can do a lot there. Plus, I've always found that because of the fact that there's so many people there on the field, the grass field before the pitch,
yeah,
it's good cover. What can I say?
So, what do you think of basically, they're saying that a lot of these like crackdowns on large gatherings are basically, I think they're targeting more so. They don't like really a lot of big outdoor gatherings, but I think it's more indoor gatherings they're targeting. And basically, it's a lot of like illegal parties that are being held, like in Airbnbs or like hidden bars or restaurants. Do you think it makes sense that they're targeting the downtown? I think so, because of the more concentration of people down there.
Oh yes.
But, I mean, to put it like in another way, like I think these are these kind of things where people just kind of hold off on doing these kind of things before, because right now it's not the right time. Like if I'm thinking in my head, like what are we celebrating? What's there to have a party for? It's not like we're out of anything, right? I mean, we can celebrate that summer's coming, but what else, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have different angles on it. It could be a celebration. It could be a service. It could be a community health service. It can be a religious gathering, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely ways around it if you're creative enough. But for now, I'm sticking to outdoor and
I think that's a safe bet.
Field to field, you know, because there's certain places that are really good, like you know, North Toronto. Yeah, the collegiate. Yeah. So over there, they have a beautiful field. Someone could easily do like a full 11v11, or have multiple smaller games. It's a great place, man.
What are you like? Are you referring to like Downsview and Rexdale areas, or like?
No. I mean like North Toronto Collegiate, the one near like Eglinton Station.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like North Toronto, like the area.
No. I used to play there a lot, but then Cherry Beach would come by. The field at Cherry, actually, it somehow still works. Like, it's honestly, it's like a soccer oasis there, man.
Not to mention, it's a good spot to hang out. Like, if you just want to go have like bring a picnic or something, you know?
Oh yeah, and these people have legs for days, man. Sometimes there'll be people waiting until the other group's done, and they'll run from like 4 p.m. to sundown.
Whoa, you see?
And some people even have late night games because they figure out a way to get the lights on.
I'm sure you'll see a lot of that in the summertime.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm really excited to get to the next step of doing permits, and then after that, I'll make it kind of like. I was thinking more of like a members club.
Yeah.
Or just like a club where everybody with their membership fee, they buy into the right to vote on changes or certain like decisions, right? Kind of like a socio system. Because I feel like that'd be something somebody would want to pay money for. Like, not just to take money, but it's just like value for money, right? Because so many of these leagues, like say one of the cheapest ones I've seen was $200 for one person for one season.
Wow. And where's that located?
That's the East York Soccer League.
Wow. Okay.
That's the cheapest league in the city. I mean, it's good. it's good grassroots. I mean, I played in it, right?
True. So you think it's a good start?
Yeah, I think down the road, like once I pick up more steam and I have more members, then I can start looking into like getting affiliated with like a sporting body or league, right?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe even for that, even once you're like a little more established, we could even set up some Six Happening events there. Maybe get some Six Happening jerseys. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I think once we get like a photographer or something, then they can come and like take pictures and we're Six Happening here in the scene with Victor and his group, or just, and then you just kind of take it through the story, like take a couple videos, take a couple pictures.
By the way, in case if anyone's wondering or listening out there, Six Happening is looking for a team of photographers. So if you know photographers out there that would like to be part of our team, email us. Get in contact with us.
For sure. We got 8 minutes.
So, as this, I was going to say, so I don't know if you've seen, but in some of the areas in Toronto, there's like very big like rent costs based on the subway station that you're close to.
Uh-huh.
Did you? So apparently, I'm not sure if you've seen that article, but apparently the most expensive area is like based on like where you, for example, for a 1 and 2 bedroom apartment is Bay Station, and that's at $2,000 and $3,000 respectively.
Oh, but isn't
isn't
that the financial district though?
It goes from Victoria Park and Woodbridge. So I was just checking, like for example, my area for a 1 bedroom is $1,600, and for a 2 bedroom $1,900 around, like give or take, right?
Yeah.
What are you? You're young, pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna be roughly the same because everybody wants to live downtown.
I actually yours is a little higher than mine just because it's in the downtown core.
Yeah.
So it would be like $1,800 for 1, and for a 2 bedroom, it says here roughly around $2,500.
Yeah.
So what do you think of like basically using like TPC stations to like kind of say average prices for apartments? I think it makes sense, no?
Oh yeah, I mean it's an amenity that brings value to the unit and or property, right? Like I don't see why that would not be a thing, considering there are homes that fluctuate greatly in value according to like where they are. Just a couple blocks, like here downtown, say Core, Regent Park, right? St. Jamestown. That's where you're gonna find super close to downtown, super cheap, but it's kind of grimy. I mean, I guess the better way to say it is it has character, right?
Yeah. I think it makes sense because, like, let's say if people are new to the city, right? They can kind of just look at the area, like the subway station, what's around that, and like kind of the price, right? So they can kind of compare prices based on an area, like how far things are from each other, right? And without even going into like schools or crime rate in the area, they can look at like I think kind of the cost kind of correlates with like poverty rates and what I'm saying, crime rates and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Because like different, if it's a nice area around everything, close to good everything, and the station is running well, it's going to be a little higher than let's say you're in a lower area, right? Lower income.
Yeah, that's the other thing, and it kind of echoes what I was talking about in terms of they charge that because people can pay that, right? It has high value, and I feel like anybody that has a condo in Toronto is probably just investing, because eventually it'll appreciate, and then you sell it. But it makes me think, what? Price points in different areas, it's like, especially for newcomers, I find that they're usually out like northwest or northeast, like Etobicoke, Scarborough kind of ways, and then they make their way in, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's... Yeah, sorry?
Well, the way Toronto works is kind of like the closer you get to the downtown core, the more expensive it is, unless you're looking at Lakewood or Vaughan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every other place around that's going to be dropping a little more. That's why we were saying when we had Maurice on that one time, that like if you go look at those other areas like Rouge Valley or like Nimico or Etobicoke, it's still nice areas. Like they're very quiet, there's a lot of stuff going on around there, but because it's not downtown, you'll get a cheaper price.
Oh yeah.
Without sacrificing the niceness of the area and the value it brings, you know.
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's just downtown Toronto is so expensive. With the same thing that you get like with an apartment, you could get a decent condo or a home or like a house. But it's not always further from Toronto cheaper, because now there's other towns and other cities. They're on the up and up.
On the rise.
On the rise, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the reason downtown Toronto is like that is because like it's a happening place, right, where people want to be, but not everyone can afford to be there.
Yeah, and it's just like it's two different worlds. Like, you know, you go to like inner city, you go downtown city, you go suburbs, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you should come up to my area, man, just so you can get a feel. Because it feels totally different than. That's what they say, man. Because it's like a city within city, right?
Yeah.
Totally different than like than other areas, you know. I'm pretty sure your area feels different than where you used to live, right? East End.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Living here is like, once I live here, it's almost like, it's fun, but it's just not that fun anymore. Right? I remember when I was living back in East York, I would come downtown like almost every weekend or every other weekend just to go like out on the town, walk around, grab a drink, you know, go bar hopping or something.
Yeah. But you see, now with COVID, that's kind of been like, you know.
Oh yeah, it's basically just, you know, get some drinks and find a park, you know.
Yeah. But you gotta be doing. There's a lot of that that's gonna be going on in the summertime, like we did last summer.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, even at the pitch, there are some people they have a cigarette break. They'll crack open a beer.
Riverdale's an awesome spot, man.
Oh, Riverdale's really good for like hanging out and of course pictures.
Oh yeah, the views are awesome there, man.
Yeah. It's almost around like year round now. You know, you go there at a certain time, you'll see just a whole line of tripods.
So I just wanted to touch on this a tiny bit. What do you think of the Ontario top doctor saying that essential workers need to short to stop COVID-19? Basically saying that there's too much people going to work that aren't essential, that don't need to be going to work. Therefore, the spread of the virus keeps going, and we don't lessen the spread under 2,000 cases a day. It's difficult for us to stay like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because the people who are going to work aren't essential, and basically they're proposing that like you need to like give people effective sick days with pay, so like it'll basically give people an incentive to stay home without having to force themselves to go to work sick. You know?
There is actually something like that. I'm surprised more people don't talk about it. There's I think it was Canada Revenue released it. It's supposed to be another relief fund, but instead of being like CERB, it'll be set up more like EI, right?
Right.
So I think that'll be interesting, and it'll be something that a lot of people should check out, because like the thing is, but it's very difficult to get in terms of like you have to have very specific circumstances. Like you get COVID, you need to quarantine, you get paid, right? Because it's something totally out of your control. I think the other reason is they're trying to just like reduce anybody that doesn't need to be there. You know, like they're doing at my work, for example. A lot of the admin people, they work from home. You know, they just grab a laptop and do their paperwork and make calls, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a good move.
Need to be there. Why would you be there in this kind of time, right?
Yeah, I think it's a good move because it'll push companies to have to think about remote work. Because I remember traditionally, most companies would be like, "What, you want to work from home? Why? Well, what are you, like the Queen of England or something?"
Yeah, like a privilege or something.
Yeah, and they used to think, "Oh no, it's so expensive. I'm gonna have to pay them just to like sit there and sleep." And it's like, no. Companies can do it properly. You know, there's other companies, like there's banks. What they're doing is their employees are working from home, but they need to log in between X time and X time.
Yeah.
Right? And the only time they can log out is